people jumping on. Hi, Stephanie. Hi, Latrice. Hi, Alicia. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Tisha. Oh, it's so nice to see your faces. Wonderful. Can you guys hear me okay?
I
Yeah.
can hear you.
Okay. Fantastic. Thank you so much. And can you hear the little bit of music I have in the background, or is that not coming through?
I don't hear music.
Okay. Thank you. Let's see. Hold please while we do all of the live recording things. Okie doke. Okay. How about now? Can you hear any music now?
Mhm.
Lightly? Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, welcome, welcome. Let's see here. Happy solstice. It's 4 o'clock, so let's jam. Hi, Grace. Welcome. I love that you're joining us from the other side of the world. Fantastic. Well, thank you so much for being here. Happy solstice, even though we're a day or two, I can't remember. I always think the solstice is on the 21st, but I think this year technically it was on the 20th. But regardless, we're still in the portal windows before and after. So, all right. And so I'm going to give people just another minute or two to hop on if anybody else is going to join us live today. But the solstice is one of my favorite times of year. I love the solstices and the equinoxes just because the energy is so, you can feel it shift. It's a pivot from one energy to another energy. And solstice actually means solstitium in Latin, and it actually stands for when the sun stands still. Because if you see it from like a astronomy perspective, it doesn't look like the sun is moving the few days before the solstice and then a few days after the solstice. And so a lot of cultures saw this as sort of like a sacred pause, a cosmic reset, and where there was a moment in time where they felt that time was just kind of like drawn out a little bit more, a little bit suspended. And they saw it as a turning point of the year where the sun is at its peak. And so that would allow the light of consciousness to be fully received. So how beautiful is that? And there's a lot of agricultural societies where the summer solstice is a celebration of light and ripeness and growth and seeing the physicality of the life force energy in the things that are growing from the earth. And there was also a lot of different types of sacred structures around the planet, whether they're pyramids or it's like Stonehenge temples and things like that, that are aligned to the solstice sunrise, because that they saw that as like a cosmic gateway for the energies to come in very strongly and very potently, to allow them to release the old, to allow them to receive divine guidance, and to allow them to align to their soul's path. So that's why there at this time of year there's so many like fire festivals and sunrise ceremonies and bonfires and that type of thing, because it's all about the inner illumination and the ability to step into our path, our soul's path. So what was that? That was a little weird. So that's what we're doing today, which is we are going to help ourselves clear out the old and step into a higher timeline energy. So that is what today is all about. And I don't know if you guys follow me on Instagram, but we have as soon as I'm in a different space in my house that I wanted to do this solstice ceremony in. And I just felt like I needed the background of the trees and the sunlight here with us today. And as soon as I decided to be in this space, there's a beautiful Luna moth. She's still in the window. She came a few hours ago to be with us. She's green and she's got a long tail, and they're all about, it's a Luna moth, which I think it's so great to have both of like the energy of the solar rays and this Luna moth with us today, representing the masculine and the feminine, the day and the night. And so I just think it's so perfect. So she's just hanging out in the corner over there. I don't know if you can see her, but I'll show you later. So all that to say, if you have a candle right now, I invite you to grab that because we're going to light our candles together. And it's no problem if you don't have one. What we're going to do is just light our candle because candles hold space and just they help hold our intentions and the energy a little bit better. So whenever I'm doing anything like this, I do like to light a candle. And then if you have sage, Palo Santo, or incense, I invite you to grab that and just light it on the candle that we just lit, or you can use energetically, you can tap into mine. I've just got some incense here today. And what I'd like you to do is just kind of wave it around in a figure 8 or like the infinity symbol, and just sort of bringing the energy in your space to neutrality, bringing the energy in the collective to neutrality, and just sort of zeroing out the energy so that it is in a space for creation and for new intentions to land. So just gonna set that down. There. Okay. So today we're gonna start off with a little bit of breath work. And I love, for those who have been around in my world for a while, I love the breath of fire because it's so clearing and it really helps to detoxify your entire body because we're going to be doing some high oxygenating of the blood with this. And ideally, we just kind of want to set our bodies up in sort of this neutral space in order before we call in the manifestations, before we call in the desires. So we want to have a good foundation of receiving and clarity before we move on to the other things. So if you guys have not done the breath of fire with me, it is a highly oxygenating breath, and it's in and out through the nose while pumping the navel point. So that's what it looks like. And we're going to do it for 3 minutes. But if you haven't done it before, you don't have to do it for 3 minutes. You can do it for 1 minute, or you can kind of come in and out of it as you see fit. But 3 minutes is a good amount of time to fully get the blood oxygenated and to get it to like throughout all of the organs and tissues in the body. So we're going to do that. And if you are pregnant or if you are on the first few days of your cycle, I don't want you to do this breath because it's so moving. Just put your hands on your belly or your heart or wherever feels comfortable and just do some like nice inhales and exhales. Okay. So we're not trying to win any awards or, you know, overdo things today. So I'm going to get my timer here. You're welcome to just sit and do it with your eyes closed. You can do it with your eyes open and watch me if you want. I'm going to back up a little bit because I like the arm. You're welcome to do your arms up in ego eradicator pose. So you put your fingers like this, like thumbs up to the universe. Oh, look at that. Okay. I don't know what's going on with Zoom, but this is what we're going to do. So thumbs up if you want to do this pose, or you can just sit there as you are. So eyes closed if you want. You can look at your third eye from the inside. And we're just going to breathe in and out of the nose while pumping our navel point. Okay, so it looks like this. You don't have to do it as fast if you don't want to. You can do it slower for sure. And then you can do it for just, 10 or 20 seconds at a time if you want. But we're just doing a breath to help clear the body, to help regulate the nervous system. Doing great. We're going to do this for another 2 minutes. So if you need to take a break, that's fine. If you need to put your arms down, that's fine. You can do it this way as well. Over halfway there. If you're getting tired, you can just take slow, deep belly breaths at this point. Okay, take a nice inhale breath in, put your thumbs together and squeeze your energy up from the base of your tailbone all the way up your spine and exhale out of your head. We're gonna do that 2 more times. So keep your thumbs up or hands up, squeeze the muscles that you use to stop going to the bathroom and imagine the energy going all the way up your spine and exhale out of your head. And then 1 more time, squeeze the energy up, exhale. And now just shake your hands out around you. Kind of helping to clear your auric field too. Okay, and then just rest your hands in your lap, bringing your breath back to normal. And just sensing how you feel in your body. Does she feel calmer? Do you feel like there's more space? Are you tingly? Good job. Take a sip of water if you need one. Sometimes that breath is very, very invigorating and can cause a little bit of dizziness. So if you're dizzy, just definitely take a sip of water. Okay, so we feeling okay? Thumbs up, or you can put a note in the chat. Grace is feeling good. Yay. Excellent. Thumbs up. Vicky, thumbs up. Okay, awesome. Great, great. Okay, Alex, thumbs up. Yay. All right. Okay. So yeah, I definitely feel like a little more, like my senses are a little bit more turned up. So love that feeling. So now we're gonna do we're gonna keep building. So we just did this really high vibrational breath to kind of clear out our body, clear out our systems, oxygenate our cells, wake up our internal organs. And now we're gonna do a little bit of EFT. So for those of you who don't know, it's emotional freedom technique, and it's a tapping technique that it's like a mind body technique that involves tapping on specific acupuncture points while focusing on a specific intention in order to help reframe and sort of desensitize any like highly emotional imbalances in the body. And it helps to regulate the nervous system. So it's just going to kind of build on what we just did with the breath work. And so we're specifically going to do a tapping sequence focused on clearing blocks, or clearing our blocks to receive miracles. I'll say it that way. So if you've never done EFT tapping before, most of the points that we're going to, acupuncture points that we're going to tap on are from the chest up. So it's going to be like the top of the head, the inner eyebrow, the side of the eyebrow, under the eye, under the nose, the chin, the collarbone, and then the side of your body. And so for the tapping, you can use one finger, or you can use two fingers, or you can use your fingers like this. It really doesn't matter, just kind of what feels normal and natural to you. So we're going to do that. We're going to do a couple rounds of it. And so with each, so you just have to follow along with the tapping. And as I say the sentence, I want you to either repeat it out loud to yourself or just repeat it in your mind, in your mind. And so this is going to help with the tapping and the intentions that we're sort of clearing through. It's going to help rewire your system physically, energetically, and emotionally, so that you're able to receive a little easier with a little bit more of that divine feminine receivership. I'll say that. So go ahead and sit comfortably. If you need to adjust anything, that's great. Make yourself comfortable. And we're going to start at the top of the head. And we're going to go through, or excuse me, we're going to start with what we call the karate chop. So it doesn't matter what hand you use. You can use your right hand to tap on your left here at the side of the palm, or your left arm to tap on the right side of your palm. It doesn't matter. It's up to you. So we're going to stay with this, what we call karate chop, for a couple rounds. So I want you to repeat to yourself quietly or in your head everything that I say, okay? So starting here, and you can close your eyes if you want to. So even though parts of me doubt I'm worthy of miracles, even though I've been protecting my heart from disappointment, even though I've learned to expect less just to stay safe, I deeply love and accept the part of me that's ready to heal this now. So we're going to go through that 2 more times. Even though part of me doubts I'm worthy of miracles, even though I've been protecting my heart from disappointment, even though I've learned to expect less just to stay safe, I deeply love and accept the part of me that's ready to heal this now. So one more time. Even though part of me doubts I'm worthy of miracles, even though I've been protecting my heart from disappointment, even though I've learned to expect less just to stay safe, I deeply love and accept the part of me that's ready to heal this now. Okay, so we're moving on. We're going to tap the top of the head. There's a part of me that doesn't believe I'm worthy. Eyebrow, maybe I learned it from ancestors. Side of the eye, maybe I learned that love had to be earned. Under the eye, or receiving too much makes me selfish. Under the nose, I've dimmed my desires to stay small and safe. On the chin, I've been afraid that if I open up, I'll be let down again. Collarbone, it hurts to want something and not receive it. Under the arm, so I started expecting less to protect my heart. Top of the head, But what if I don't have to guard myself anymore? Eyebrow. I release the belief that I'm unworthy of miracles. Side of the eye. I release the fear that I have to prove myself, I have to prove to myself to receive. Under the eye, I release the programming that says, don't want too much. Under the nose, it's safe to want what I want. Chin, it's safe to trust that what's meant for me will find me. Collarbone, I send compassion to the parts of me that had to shrink. Under the arm, you were trying to stay safe. I see you, I honor you. Top of the head, and I lovingly release what no longer serves me. Back to the eyebrow. It is safe to open my heart. Side of the eye. It is safe to believe in miracles again. Under the eye. My soul's desires are not random, they are sacred. Under the nose, I'm loved, supported, and guided. Chin, I'm worthy of ease, joy, and divine blessings. Collarbone, I open my arms and my heart wide to receive. Under the arm, I allow miracles to flow into my life now. Top of the head, I am aligned, I am ready, I say yes to receiving. Take a deep breath into your heart. You can put your arms down and just receive your worthiness, receive that you are chosen, and receive that you are safe to receive. And just say yes to that in your mind. Take a nice inhale breath in. You can put your hands on your heart if you like. And just side out. Stretch it out if you need. Ooh, that's a lot of activation on your acupuncture meridians, all of your yang acupuncture meridians. And today, or in this portal of the solstice energy, it is the most yang of the yang time of year. So this is why we're working with these energies and helping this kind of ground and rewire your nervous system. Oh, wonderful. How are you guys feeling after the tapping? Have you done tapping before? Yes. Okay, good. All right. So now we're going to go on. Latrice said that felt great. Good, good. Yeah. We need to be reminded of that. We need to be reminded of the feminine ability to receive that intuitive wisdom that we have within our bodies, because the world, we get so busy and we get distracted and we think we have to prove our worth for every single thing to receive. And the truth is, the receiving is just part of your divine birthright. You were just born that way. And so we get programmed out of that knowingness. So it's good to find spaces where you're able to tap back into that for yourself, whether it's nature, whether it's women's circles, whether it's just hanging out with friends or animals. So this is good that we do this together. So after that, I said yes, and I love it the more I try EFT. Yes, I don't know who iPhone is, but I totally agree with you. Sometimes I forget that EFT is there, and whenever I come back to it, I'm like, why did I stop? So it's good to be reminded because it's so simple. And, whether you go on YouTube or, just create your own way of doing it, it's always the same pattern and the same rhythm as far as the acupuncture points that you're tapping into, but you can infuse it with different intentions. So that's kind of the magic of it. It's like a create your own tapping adventure. So next we're going to do a guided visualization that is, I want to call it like remembering worthy of receiving, a meditation to remember that you are worthy of receiving. And so we're going to do a little trip to a beach in your head during the solstice sunrise. So that's what we're going to tap into next. And so if you, at this point, if you want to lay down or adjust however you're sitting or lying down so you can fully relax and close your eyes and visualize what we're going to do. We're just going to create our solstice sunrise ritual in our brains and we're going to invite in the things. So go ahead and I invite you to close your eyes. Take a nice breath in and exhale your day. Take another inhale breath in and exhale other people's energy. Exhale the energy in the collective. Inhale last time, pulling the air all the way in, expanding the low belly. And as you exhale, just softening the body, allowing your shoulders to feel heavy, your back to feel heavy, your hips to feel heavy, softening your forehead, relaxing your jaw, just coming into a space of softness. Let yourself arrive into this moment. Let the world fall away. And find yourself walking barefoot along a shoreline. The beach is soft beneath your feet. The sand feels cool. You feel very grounded. And notice that the ocean stretches endlessly in front of you. And the sky is glowing. It's just before sunrise. There's shades of soft pink and orange. But if you look up, you can still see the stars and a crescent moon. The stars are twinkling with possibility, and the moon is still bright. And you hear the waves gently crashing against the shore. It's slow, it's steady, it's almost hypnotic. And there's a soft, gentle breeze just brushing your skin like a blessing. Just soak in this moment. Know that you are safe and you are held in this space. And you find a smooth spot on the sand and you sit down or lie down. And you notice the sun is just beginning to rise, just for you. And the stars begin to fade as the sky lightens, but you can still feel their energy lingering in the air around you. And your soul remembers this place. This is a sacred space. This is where the divine meets you. Now, call on your spirit guides. Call in any of the divine ones from the subtle realms, from the unseen realms, or from the galactic realms who love you, from the ancestral realms who walk beside you, from the elemental realms. Everybody's showing up. And they all want to support you in receiving the fullness of life. So you do not have to see them clearly, just feel their presence and know that they sit with you in a circle of light. And some may place a hand on your shoulder. Some may whisper to your heart. Just open yourself to receive any messages or feelings that is for your highest and greatest good in this moment of right now. And as the golden sun continues to rise, imagine a soft emerald green light beginning to glow in the center of your chest. This is your heart chakra. This is the gateway to your ability to love, to radiate, and to receive. And so let this green light expand gently and lovingly throughout your body. And imagine it glowing even brighter with each breath. And now visualize a soft rose pink swirling into the green. And this is the energy of compassion, softness, and the ability to trust again. You may feel warmth. You may feel a little emotional. Just let it flow. You're releasing the shields around your heart. Let them melt. Let them dissolve. It is safe to let them release easily and harmoniously. You no longer need to protect yourself from receiving. You are safe to receive. You are worthy of miracles. Let your heart bloom open like a flower to the sun. Now see the light of your heart expand into your entire body. Let it permeate your bones, your muscles, your tissues, each and every cell. See it move through your chest, down your arms, into your belly, legs and feet, up through your throat, your mind, your crown chakra. Your whole being is now glowing with divine harmonic light. You begin to radiate that light outward into your auric field, into your energetic field. And that becomes a magnet for all that is aligned to you and all that you decide to focus on today. So feel yourself becoming a vibrational match to the life you desire. The joy, prosperity, the love, the peace, and the miracles. Because they aren't out there, they're inside of you, they're in your field. You are aligned and you are ready. So now, as the sun fully is rising, its rays beam onto your heart, locking in, getting ready to lock in your manifestation. This is the summer solstice. This is pure solar fire, a portal of possibility. And so now at this point, you get to speak your soul's intention out loud or in your mind of what you would like to manifest. What do you want? What are you ready to have land in your physical reality? What is your desire? So really tap into that for the next 2 minutes. What it feels like, what it looks like, how excited and happy and joyful and abundant and grateful you're going to be, and you already are, as these miracles, as these manifestations move into your field and your auric field starts to be recoded to magnetize them to you. Keep breathing. Your breath helps to move the energy. Feel the joy and contentment in your body as you focus on your manifestation. So here we're going to use some number sequences to further magnetize and recode your reality to support a shift into your next highest timeline. And so you can just listen to the numbers I'm going to share with you, or if you want to, you can repeat them in your head. But we're just going to further encode the energy that you're sitting in right now. So we're first going to start with 0010110. So just dropping in the code 0010110. So this just helps our field, the energy, recode to a new reality. And as I speak these numbers, continue to focus on the feeling of already having the things, the job, the house, the partner, the experience, the happiness, the joy, the contentment, the gratitude. Keep focusing on those feelings. And we're just going to drop in the code of 777. This is for rapid manifestation and divine alignment. then we're going to drop in the code 914719. 914719. This is for supporting the manifestation of our dreams. That one feels really good, you guys. And then we're going to drop in the code of 519439. Just allow that frequency of those numbers to permeate your auric field while you're still feeling and being in this space of receivership. 519439. That is for good luck and positive outcomes. So now say, I am safe to receive. I am a match for the highest timeline of my soul. I anchor this intention with the light of the sun, and I say yes to receiving all that is meant for me. So let that frequency and that knowingness settle into your bones. Take a nice breath in, exhale, and finding yourself back behind your eyes. You've just time jumped into a timeline where you are receiving the things that your heart desires. So know that your guides bless you. They want to remind you that you're never alone and that they walk with you. And so now, with gratitude, see the golden circle of the sun on your beach gently dissolve. The ocean is still there. The sun has fully risen at this point. And feel that you are glowing, that you are charged up. Every cell of your body is charged with the beautiful energy of the solstice sun. And you are changed. And you are ready. So take a deep breath in. When you're ready, stretch your legs, stretch your fingers and your arms, returning to your body, opening your eyes, coming slowly back into your space. So if you have a journal or you want to take some notes in your phone about what you were experiencing during that visualization, or any clarity that came through to you as far as what's next, or if you sat with different guides than you're familiar with, just take a few moments. Look at that, it's 444. Take a few moments to just scribble any notes you want, things that you want to remember from either the tapping or the visualization that came through to you as a good reminder or with clarity. And then when you're complete with that, you are welcome to share anything that you'd like, either in the chat or you can unmute your mic and share if you like. Our lunar moth is still here. She's hanging out with us the whole time. Alicia says her hands were full of vibrational energy. Yeah. Yeah. That was the same thing that was happening to me when I was going through this, kind of did a dry run before came on with you guys live today. And that was my experience too. I was like, man, I mean, our hands are portals, right? Like we've got chakras in our hands. And so that's great that you're just feeling that. Anybody else feel like sharing after that little experience? I definitely feel lighter in my body. Like my physical body feels like there's a lot more light and space, like between my cells. Like I guess I'm feeling my auric field a little bit more. I guess you could explain it. I guess you could say it that way. I just feel bigger. Like everything's a little bit more clear, and that like things just feel like much calmer and more grounded in my field. Alex says, Latrice says, I feel very calm. Yay! Yeah, that's the vibe because the energy's high, but we want to be able to ground it so we can like create the the shift energetically here, and then it ripples out from there through our field, and then it informs the quantum universe. So it's like a butterfly effect. Alex says super relaxed, calm, and grounded. That's amazing. Yay. Wonderful, wonderful. So yeah, that was what I had for you guys today. So if this wasn't enough time to journal, I would strongly encourage to take a couple moments out before the end of your day to maybe go back and revisit the energy again and just kind of like go through what maybe you released a certain something around worthiness with the EFT, that with the emotional freedom technique tapping that we did, or if you'd like to come back to this, I'm going to send everybody a recording. If you'd like to come back and redo this and then sit with your guides again in the solstice sunrise and just kind of receive again. So I'll include a little note about the numbers that I was using too, just to kind of drop into your fields, which I think is super fun. Something I've been playing with a little bit more recently. iPhone, I think that's, I can't remember who you are, iPhone, I'm sorry. But you say very emotional session for me. Oh, Kelly. Oh, a very emotional session for me. Love the moth. I'm glad you were here, Kelly, live. And yeah, it can be an emotional time of year because the energy is so potent. And so when you're ready to release, if the energy is ready to release, it's like it's like bye, peace out. So Vicky says same, very emotional during EFT. Yeah, there were a couple times even doing it while I was reading it. Like I don't know if you heard, like my voice broke a couple times because I was feeling it too. So we all have this worthiness thing that we get to let go of, so we can fully receive the the things that are part of our birthright to receive. So Steph says, me too. Yeah, I know, girl. So good. I'm so glad. This is like just the most amazing group of women. Melinda, thank you. Lovely. Thank you for being here, Melinda. Yeah, so if you liked this, I'm happy to share like the playlist with you guys. Do you guys want the playlist? I don't know if you could hear the music, all of it through, but it was kind of some solstice codes, some Celtic things. Alex is like, yes, yes. And then some water things. Okay, yeah. All right. So you'll get the recording, you'll get the playlist, you'll get the numbers. Um, yeah, wonderful. So happy solstice. And I just want to say, if you enjoyed this type of gathering today, this is what we do in Elevate, my monthly Telegram experience. We get together one time a month to do things like this, whether it's motion, like freedom technique, clearing, tapping, always a guided visualization, working with codes, guided things, also just divine downloads put together with music. But Elevate is where I hang out with some of my folks on a monthly basis, and I share, the things that come with me during the week as far as divine downloads that I know I'm supposed to share with the collective. Songs, I call it my angel radio. I share songs that my guides give to me that have a specific frequency or a specific chorus that are shifting the energy in the physical body and in the energetic field. So we do card pulls every week to just kind of like a card pull for the week that's related to whatever the theme of the month is. And so it's a space where women get to receive. So, and all you have to do is just like receive. It's just like my voice, and you're like, oh, hey, this is a download from Clarita. Weird. But she's in my pocket. So it's fun for me, and it's a way I get to share a little bit more of like how I move through my day with different things that come through and kind of what's going on in the world sometimes too. So I will drop that in the email too, so you guys have all of that together if you want to take a peek at it. But Vicky says it's so good, you guys. Yeah, Vicky, thank you. It's fun. It's a fun space to hang out if you're curious what I do in my world on a day-to-day basis. That helps me keep my energy elevated, which is why it's called Elevate. But also that reminds me of the divinity and that is inside of me and that is inside everybody inside of the group. And just we need that constant reminder sometimes because life gets lifey, as I say all the time, and we get distracted and we get busy and we forget. So it's just a space where I get to hang out with some of my soul family. So I'm happy that I'm happy that you are my soul family, but it's another place that we get to hang out on a daily basis. So I will include that in the email with the recording and all the other fun stuff. So I hope you guys have the most amazing rest of your weekend, whether you're watching this live or on the replay. And I am excited that you joined us. And I just really want you to remember that you can have whatever you want because we forget and we get busy. So thank you for being here, and you're so welcome. And I will see you guys on the replay and on the social medias and in your emails and all the things. So have a most beautiful evening, and keep breathing and keep receiving, because now that you've started that train, we just want to keep supporting it. So just the manifestations land in a way that like our physical reality experiences it. So love to everybody and have a good night.